Hey guys, here I am back with a video. I guess I could call this part 3 because I'm still showing some finds that I could have shown, but I wanted to put them off because it's actually going to be non-LP stuff. Pretty sure everything's here. I'm going to be showing a lot of 45s, a few CDs, and a few cassettes. I want to show something different. I actually have a pretty different setup here. Yeah, sorry if I look a little bad, by the way. I just worked, and like I said, I'm working a lot. It's Monday, so starting back with the week. But yeah, I wanted to do this video so I know I won't be getting stuff for a while, so might as well get over with. But I actually, since I did the LPs, I reorganized my collection, and then I actually moved my whole collection and everything. But I also have a few other stuff that I've gotten like a few months ago that I want to show you. So first I want to show you how I got my layout. If you remember my old one, I had the two shelves like this stacked on top of each other. Look at this. Boom. See that? Look. Goes from here. Here's Beatles. Some Beatles, then solo. Somewhere around here, it actually goes all the way from A to Z. So go there and then go there. So it's like if it's connected one long way is how I did it. But I also got a new stereo system around Christmas. So here I actually finally got a pretty good receiver here. No like cheap plastic stuff. This was still not like a lot of money, but it's actually pretty good. But here's the receiver. And here I actually got a CD player. It's actually 6 discs. I don't use it too much, but I just have it to have it. I got it as a gift anyway. And here's my turntable. And yeah, you guys know I have that by now. And I also got down here, I got a subwoofer, which I had this set up differently because I got all this around Christmas time. So I had this for a while now, but the setup was different since my shelf both were stacked on each other. But I have it on the floor now between both shelves. I actually wasn't going to get a subwoofer, but the speakers on here, if you could see them, here's one over there and one here. It's actually, I kind of think they sound a little flat. My ones that I used to have were like a lot cheaper. They were pretty shitty too compared. But the sound wasn't as flat. But here, the sound is a little flat. But at least the important thing for me is it sounds a lot clearer. Yeah, I wanted to get a subwoofer because it actually brings out the music even more than it does. So that's good. But the two speakers alone bring out a lot of music anyway. So my setup with the subwoofer is really, really great. Now the last thing I got at a flea market a little back, I finally got a cassette player. I've been using a Walkman for the most part and occasionally hooking it up to my stereo, my old one. But now I wanted to get a official one, and I got it pretty cheap. I still have to take the sticker off, but it works perfectly. It actually records, and I figured out how to record. And I actually been making some cassettes, even though you can see I have some in here. This is my collection in here, most of it. Yeah, I actually figured out how to tape over cassettes I don't want. Like my parents just let me take whatever of theirs. Like here's an example, something. Another one that I could just tape over. But yeah, just stuff like that. If you put like a piece of tape over the opening on there or something like that, you're managed to tape over it. So I make mixtapes out of those. I could probably do a video showing them. I made a couple. Like here's a Metallica one. I was really big on it at first, but now I've kind of stopped. But yeah, I've made a few. That's a Metallica one, and there's a Beatles. And I got another one in there. And this is like, you can see all the artists on there. I made some more. I think I started to make a Who one, but then the cassette got messed up. So yeah, I stopped doing that though for a little bit. And here's my 45 and stuff. I just gotta organize the new ones, obviously, that I'm gonna show in this video. But yeah, it actually kind of reminds me of my dad. My handwriting looks similar to my dad's there. My dad used to make cassettes back in the day, but it kind of is like nostalgia for me, and I love doing it, and it reminds me of my dad. So, but yeah, guys, and over here I got like my guitar and bass amp and my guitar and bass, but you get an extension cord because it doesn't reach a wall. But yeah, anyway, I'll show you the wall really quick. I still have stuff to put on the wall. You see up here, like this has been here for years now. This here and some of these records up here and some of the posters. But like I put up this one, like I got some free covers in the mail from people, like for shipping, like packaging. But like if they gave me a cover without a record, I could use it. So like I got a CCR, which I love them, and of course I love Elvis. They had an Animals cover from a while back, and I still have a lot of covers. I'm just still playing around with putting stuff on the wall. The Who and the Beatles. And then I had this. If you notice my frames, I haven't used them in ages because they're not really good. But to start to use them again, here I put an old like 78 that my mom gave me that she got from someone. And then I have a Metallica picture disc in here, interview. And then of course that Runaway sealed 10-inch. I don't think I'm going to open it, so I might as well put it in there. And here's a photo of Joan Jett from one of my albums. It was from a promo album. I don't know if the photo originally from the album, but yeah, I might as well put it in there because it's a good photo. So yeah, guys, I think that's it for now, and I'm just going to show you my finds. So yeah. Alright guys, this is kind of just experimenting in the video here, but I'll just put it for now. You probably see the other shelf back there. But yeah, the video is kind of late on a work night, obviously. But I just kind of wanted to do this for now. In the future, I'll have a more prepared setup of how I want to do it. So yeah, I'm going to show you the finds. I already showed LPs in the last two videos. So here I'll show cassettes, 45s, and also a few CDs. So here, let's get started. I actually got this really cheap. Got this for like $4. It's The Doors, Strange Days on cassette. It's kind of an album I think you don't hear too often on cassette. So yeah. And this other one, I was surprised to get this one. This is actually from 1995. This version of this album from 1970. It was $3 and it's the Who Live at Leeds. It's like, I believe the 14 version of the album. So it's like the whole album aside from Tommy. So it's cool to have on cassette. Okay, here's some CDs. Actually got another copy of Metallica's Garage Inc. It's used. I got another used copy because my first one, I got it and it had skips on songs for some reason. But on this, it works perfectly, so maybe a perfect disc. But yeah. And here I got this pretty cheap. It's their Death Magnetic album, Metallica. This is their album from 2008. And it's kind of like a comeback because it was after their Saint Anger album from a few years before, which was basically a flop of an album. But Saint Anger, I believe, was like their first heavy metal album in over 10 years because they kind of went commercial with Load and Reload. But Saint Anger was pretty bad of an album. But this is where they kind of got back to their roots. But my problem with this is James Hetfield's vocals. I don't really like them, so that kind of kills the album for me. But aside from that, it's a really good album. And I actually, like almost 10 years ago, I was listening to this album around the time it came out because my dad got it. And I just thought it was a good album. I didn't really know a lot about the backstory of Metallica in their 80s and that. But this was a new album at the time and I liked it. So it's kind of memories with that too. And of course, I wanted to get this on CD, Hardwired to Self-Destruct, their new album that came out 2016. I got the vinyl box set on the day it came out. I got the CD much later. The CD's in my car, one of them. It's actually a pretty good album, at least half the songs. It's still not like Metallica in the 80s, obviously. But they have some really good songs on here. Spit Out the Bone, the final song, is, I honestly think, is their best original song since the 80s. Like, some people kind of give newer Metallica credit since what they did in the 80s. The Metallica didn't even have to do their 80s stuff. If they only released Spit Out the Bone, it would be a classic song. So that says a lot. Kind of progressive and all that and metal. So it's a really good one. And James Hetfield's vocals are a lot better on this album, but he's getting old as the whole band is. So you kind of get aging, but he's a lot better on this album than Death Magnetic. So yeah. Okay guys, here's all the 45s and whatnot. So I'll hurry up and get through these. I got a big stack. I actually got John Mayall, Blues Breakers with Eric Clapton. This is an EP I got on Record Store Day. I don't have the album, but I wanted to get this because it was just interesting on Record Store Day. I didn't have a really great Record Store Day in terms of finding great stuff, but this was a pretty interesting one to get. Okay, here's this 45. I've been hearing about it for a while, and I decided to get it because it's a promo, but it's Eric Burton and Morse, Spell the Wine, Magic Mountain. So you can see it's a promo. So yeah. The next 45 is kind of an unusual one. It's an EP, but 3 songs. I didn't really know. I think these are probably non-LP tracks, so it even makes it even less common of a thing. But it's actually the Jam, News of the World. If you guys know the Jam, they're like a mod revival band from around the mid to late 70s, and they went on until the early 80s. Like, they got inspired by the Kinks and early Who and the Beatles and a lot of stuff like that, but also kind of influenced by the Sex Pistols of the 70s. So it's kind of a mix of that. But I'm not too crazy about the Jam, to be honest. I have their debut album, which, speaking, I'll just get it out. I have their album In the City. I have 2 copies. My first one I got's in there, but my second copy is actually one I have on red vinyl. Yeah, the only song that I've heard by the Jam that I absolutely love is on this album. It's the opening track. It's Art School, and I fucking love that song. That's probably my favorite song of all time. That like says a lot. It's a fucking killer ass song. It's only about 2 minutes short. That's my only complaint. That song is a fucking jammer. Like, as I said, their mod revival, their early stuff like this, they had more of a punk sound. But the rest of the album, it still has like the energy and stuff, but I'm not too crazy about it, to be honest. Even In the City, which I believe is actually their first single, it actually has a pretty good bass line in there, which I believe the Sex Pistols stole for one of their songs after. Even that song and the rest of the album, I don't think it pairs to Art School. And Art School is not actually a big hit Jam song or anything. A lot of Jam fans don't even mention Art School for whatever reason, but this is the only album by the Jam that I really like, mainly for Art School, and all the other songs are not too bad. But after this album, the Jam kind of left this album, and I should say more of this album's like garage rock, like early Who, but with like a 70s production, but it's also punk too, that punk hard rock sound too, so that kind of mixed together. But after this album, they kind of left that, and as by each album, they were kind of getting more further away from this sound, just kind of a disappointment. Their next album, I believe, is called This the Modern World, and it actually still has punk in there, but they kind of leave punk. It's not like speed anymore. It's, in my opinion, it's kind of more like power pop, and even like kind of could have influenced alternative rock. It's a little slower, but with that kind of punk attitude. And then as their albums gone on, they kind of left and went more soul, and even some stuff that kind of like dance pop and that. But their most popular stuff is actually like their later albums. I believe this may be their most popular album. I got another album by them. Their debut album, by the way, is not really a big popular one for, I don't know, but I actually have All Mod Cons, which is the only other Jam album I have, and this is their 3rd album. But to be honest, I heard a lot of the album on YouTube, and I don't really like it. It's mainly a slower album, but some of the songs that pick up speed, the production sounds too commercial-ish all the time, and has kind of a offsetting funk sound I don't really care for. Down in Tube Station at Midnight's actually a pretty catchy song, but like I said, the production kind of kills it for me. But it's actually one of their popular albums, but in my opinion, the Jam, I love their song Art School from their debut album, and some other songs off of it. That's mainly it. And after that album, they still released some of their most popular albums. but I'm just not crazy about it. I just like the jam when they're doing kind of garagey punk stuff. Just give me your opinion on the jam. Okay guys, I got 45s, more of them. Next one I paid $3.50, and it's the Rolling Stones, You Can't Always Get What You Want, Honky Tonk Women. It's actually interesting, it's a Canadian pressing. I don't think I've seen like standard 45s like this, the Canadian pressing. I'm in the US and it's kind of a rare thing, but. Okay, I got some Who stuff. This was $2.50. It's Call Me Lightning, and I just call this song Dr. Hyde. Call Me Lightning, I think, was the follow-up to I Could See for Miles. And Call Me Lightning is kind of like step back in their creativity, because it kind of just sounds like an R&B kind of a song, kind of like in a groove, kind of doing the same kind of riff and beat throughout the whole song. But it's a catchy song. So another Who one I got, I paid $6.50. I got a UK pressing of it on Track Records, See Me, Feel Me, which I love this song, especially when they did live versions of it. And Overture from Tommy, which I'm not too crazy about, but it's actually, I think it's memorable, so I like it from time to time. I'm in the mood. Okay, got some Elvis. I think I only paid 25 cents for this, but Let Me Be Your Teddy Bear, Loving You. Okay, I got some Elvis like picture sleeve, and they're all in color vinyl. All of them are around $5-6. It's like a series. First couple are the same series. So yeah, here I got Good Rockin' Tonight, and I don't care if the sun don't shine. You guessed it, it's the Sun Records reissues. So yeah, it actually has numbers on it. 210. Next one's 215. It's Milk Cow, Blues Boogie, and You're a Heartbreaker. Each of these 45s at least have one good song on it. I like these. Next one's 217. It's Baby Let's Play House, and I'm Left or Right, She's Gone. And the last one I got for the series is 223. It's Mystery Train. I forgot to remember to forget. Okay, these next are not from that same series, but they're still color vinyl, so they could be from around like the same Elvis series that they put out. So I got Heartbreak Hotel, and I Was the One. You can see it's on the RCA. Okay, this is probably my favorite Elvis 45. It's my favorite picture sleeve by him. I love this shot. It almost like brings like an early punk style to it. But Hound Dog and Don't Be Cruel, both songs are fantastic Elvis songs. Okay, next one, classic song, Jailhouse Rock. Treat Me Nice. I don't remember how Treat Me Nice goes, but Jailhouse Rock's classic. And stepping way forward, here's Suspicious Minds and You Think of Me. Suspicious Minds is probably my favorite Elvis song. I just love that song. Alright, I believe that's all the Elvis I got. Okay, I got a couple original Beach Boys picture sleeves of 45s for $7.50. I got Kiss Me Baby and Help Me Rhonda. The other one, same price. I got Soup John B and You're So Good to Me. Alright, last is with Beatles. Okay, I think I got this for 25 cents. It's just another copy of Let It Be. Here's another Let It Be. This is a UK pressing from like a later series. The only thing that pisses me off is there's this like residue stuff in here from like tape. But here's the 45. I noticed with these UK pressings, they all look identical to the later ones for whatever reason. But yeah. Okay, this next Beatles 45. I don't know when I got it, because when I tried to look on my Instagram, I kept checking and checking, and I couldn't find it. So I don't know if I forgot to post it on Instagram. So it's just 145. And I don't believe I've shown it in any video, so I don't know. But yeah, for $2.50, I got the VJ single, Do You Want No Secret and Thank You Girl. Do You Want No Secret's a great Beatles song. early career. Okay, these next are a few Decca singles. First one I got is Memphis and Love to the Love. These are actually pretty good sounding Decca singles. And I actually love the Decca tapes. And Sure to Fall and Money. Only thing's kind of odd is they use Out of the Ordinary pictures for the songs, even though the songs are from January 1st, 1962. So it's Pete Best, but these photos are from throughout the Beatles' career. The last one I got is Crying, Waiting, Hoping Until There Was You. Like that, it has a Sgt. Pepper photo, but long time before that. So yeah, my last one's actually an EP. I paid 20 bucks for it, and it may be an original, and it's a UK pressing. Finally, Magical Mystery Tour. I won't show all the booklet, but I think I got it all. But yeah, this actually has these pages in here, which I don't know if it indicates anything. Here's the double EP. This is the only thing Capitol got right. The Magical Mystery Tour LP is a classic. The EP, in my opinion, kind of just goes all over the place. Like it has Magical Mystery Tour, Your Mother Should Know, and I'm the Walrus. And the other one is The Fool in the Hell I'm Flying and Blue Jay Way. So that's kind of a weird way for this, even though it's the Beatles original. Maybe it could have worked better if they just made an album out of it. But I'm extremely glad that Capitol did it right for the LP. And but yeah, the EP is still great to have because it's the Beatles. It's just not the best version to have, obviously. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed my setup here. Hopefully I didn't take the video too long because I kind of wanted to give my opinion about the Jam 2. Yeah, so guys, anyway, I hope you enjoy this video, and hopefully my next video won't be long from now. I'm not planning on getting fines for a while, so hope you enjoy.